All right, cards are rented, Stream Decker is updated, and we are off to the races. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a long break here on the Mana Symbol channel. Apologies for the drop in production here, but I was sustaining my way through the early phases of my new job and managing to put some videos out in the same time. And then I started a podcast with some wonderful folks from the Faithless Brewing Discord, and I just didn't have enough energy to do everything. And so once I got off the streaming train, I just it didn't feel right to come back. I hadn't been playing a lot of Magic Online, and I don't want to do this when I'm not, feeling properly into it. I think it's just not worth my time, and you won't enjoy watching it as much. That said, we are back, and we are playing a fabulous deck list from this weekend's Modern Format Qualifier. More words. Hold on. It is a Modern Championship Qualifier. So this was played by MrRaeb, R-A-E-B. He is a wonderful innovator in all sorts of different decks and archetypes. Fabulous, fabulous Magic Online player. And if you've been paying attention for the last little while, he's qualified and top-aided lots and lots of challenges, etc. We, on the podcast, on our first episode, we're looking for how to revitalize this card, Urza Lord High Artificer, and it turns out MrRaeb cracked the code. Someone else was playing a Chalice of the Void Urza deck on the weekend as well and did well in the other challenge. So Chalice of the Void is an artifact that costs XX, enters the battlefield with X charge counters on it, and whenever a player casts a spell with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on Chalice of the Void, counter that spell. The main draw of this card in Modern is being able to play it on X equals 1. A lot of decks have a huge number of cards that they want to play on 1, and having your Chalice of the Void counter all of those, while yourself having none of your cards be countered, is obviously very, very appealing, unless we need to play an Engineered Explosives on X equals 1. But if we have a Chalice of the Void in play, we should be fine there. And the biggest draw of this is if the metagame is still very stacked, full of prowess decks. Chalice of the Void on X equals 1 is a very, very good way to sort of lead off game 1. You're going to have a big advantage, especially on the play. And lots of other decks in Modern have problems with the Chalice of the Void as well. This is the major innovation in this deck. It's also basically just playing blue-green with a small splash into black for Dismember. There's one Zagoth Triome in the mana base, but otherwise that's it. Otherwise it's just kind of a nice, clean Uroza deck. We do have 2 Mox Ambers and a surprisingly high land count of 24. This feels like it is more of an Uro deck than some of the previous ones were, with the lower artifact count. But 14 artifacts is still enough to get out a quick Emry. We definitely want to avoid playing Chalice of the Void on 0 almost all the time, although there will be the occasional time where it's going to be appropriate against decks with Summoner's Pact and things like that. I don't think there's too much else that's worth saying, so let's just hop into a league. I know you got some good friends hanging out in the chat here. Welcome back, Alex. Welcome, newish comer, Xavier. And I think you've been here once or twice before. It's been a little while, so I don't quite remember. All right, let's go. League ends in 22 hours. Well, let's pound through this one. Oh, you were here the Belcher League. That's right. That's right. Xavier's not a monster just because he thinks companions are okay in Commander. He's just wrong. And here we are against Team Roskas MTG to start with. We got Engineer Explosives, Chalice, Dismember, Urza. If this is any kind of creature deck, we're going to be good to go. There have been some crazy things happening in Modern, by the way, that I didn't mention, like the proliferation of this like mono-white Devotion deck, which I would love to try later on this week, so I might be able to get to that. There's been some wacky stuff happening, that's for darn sure. It's been an exciting time. Xavier's a monster because he eats babies raw. You gotta cook those babies. Well, yeah. Oh no, I'm a monster. Still hurts to hear. If you were really monster, you'd enjoy it. You'd be fine with it. All right. So opponent mulligan, but then leads on Zagoth Triome. So maybe one of the 3-color control decks with just an actual poor opening hand. Let's jam this Chalice. See what happens here. It's very unlikely to be countered. Yep. Sultai Uro pile. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. It's just that when you see a mulligan, like those decks tend to have a very good range of keepable hands. So it was just surprising to me. This hand is going to be really poor in this matchup. We wanted a quick Emry with a Chalice or something, and yeah, this is not gonna. It's not looking great. Got the pieces for the gifts version from Spike. Like the Life from the Loam Uro deck. Okay, so we did hit our 4th land. So we're going to jam our Urza into their counter here, and after that point we're going to be in pretty big trouble. But definitely want to grab Breeding Pool. Both because our life total is unlikely to be particularly important anytime soon, and because we need the green mana. Hey! Larynx Punchworthy with this welcome back, my friend. I'm sorry for my absence, but everything was very, very busy. On the plus side, in the meantime, I've made things like cinnamon syrup and peach syrup, and because are you a person who doesn't drink? I think you're a person who doesn't drink, but I'm reading a big
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy
soda
season.
Fountains,
and
like
remember,
the history of
a
candy
shiny
shops
new
and soda
donkey
fountains
for
and
whoever
things
brings
like
me
that.
the head
And it's got
of
a whole
Colonel
bunch
Montoya.
of recipes for all sorts of things like that, which I'm going to bring into my bartending. So that's going to be really fun. Yeah, definitely Sultai Uro pile on the other side of the table. It's fine, life is suffering. Life is not suffering. Well, it is, but it's buffered with enjoyment. There's little bits. We are a Cryptic Command deck. I'm actually really excited about this deck. If it is any level of good, I really want to play it. Although I don't own Chalices of Void anymore, but I can make that happen again, I'm sure. Man, do I not want to just jam this Urza into their counters again. It just... Until I find an Uro, I'm very threat light. So I really don't feel like just jamming Urza into their counter magic for no value. Looks like they're still kind of nervous about me resolving something. I don't really know why, because they should be playing things like Fatal Push, and my board setup is not, like, I would not call this intimidating on any level. So I really don't know what they're worried about. Well, we've been ripping Urzas, so let's play one. We're really looking for an Uro, but if this is Cryptic Command, I'm going to be very upset. Oh, just another mana leak. Just another mana leak now. Yeah. What do I need to buy in paper cards? It's actually fun to think about, finally. Shark Typhoons and I need a Batterskull and a Sword of Fire and Ice. I really want to get the Judge Sword of Fire and Ice, but does anyone know if it's actually flat enough to be playable in tournaments? Because, like, I want to be able to play Sharkblade in tournaments, and no. Okay, so my deck only has 2 cards that are in converted mana cost 2, both of which are Aether Gust, so I'm going to attempt to play this Chalice of the Void X equals 2. The old borders sort of Fire and Ice. Yeah, are they flat enough for tournament play? They suffer from the normal foil issues if not taken care of. Okay, but like, that's not, I can't. If I get one that's flat and then I double sleeve it, and I live in Ontario, so it's not very humid. I know, but if it's the only foil card in my deck and it's a one of, like, I'm kind of just worried about that. Yeah, I know they're not secret layers. Like, I know they come from an era where the foils were much better, but I'm still a little concerned. Not like, you know, but. It's like when I found out that my invasion lands basics, I could feel them in my Grixis control deck. I swapped them out because I was like, I don't want any problem. And as a judge, like, once you have determined that something in your deck is like, you can feel it, it's like super egregious to use that in a tournament, right? Because if someone asks you like, hey, are you aware that your deck has marked cards? Yes, you were aware your deck had marked cards, which is like, that's a really, having marked cards by accident is a problem. Having marked cards that you were aware of, that is a very different problem. Okay, I gotta pay 2 life for this Dismember because I only have 1 black source in my whole deck. So why am I downgrading my collection of non-foils? Yeah, it's just that I want the old frame, right? And that's the only way to get it, unless it ends up being in what is it, Time Spiral Remastered. But so we're gonna have to double fetch to attempt to Cryptic this Jace, which might give us an opening to play Urza next turn. Yeah, I can just go for islands here. Yeah, I will be able to get old border chalices, so I'll probably hold off on getting my own until those come out. Besides the fact that the price is going to come down. All right, so obviously having our chalice on 2 there would have been banging, but 'tis not to be. And we can only get our chalice up to 3 colors right now. We do have a little bit of an opening to maybe resolve Urza, but we'll see. Ooh, almost definitely not, but hey. You gotta try. Hold on. This guy. The third one. Hey, you made it. Nice. So if I play my Engineered Explosives on 0, I could cobble together enough mana for an Urza activation here. I mean, technically I have enough right now. Let's play 1 Engineered Explosives on 0. Let's see if my Urza can flip me anything neat. And we'll leave the Bauble. 2, 3, 4. Whoop. Alright, I drew a card. I'll take it. Not bad. Fatal Push. Dismember. Go for the throat. Wild. Wild stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just definitely going to wait on the old border chalice. In this economy? I know. I mean, it kills everything in the prowess decks, and I don't really know what else is popular right now. Like, obviously people are playing, oh, so it'll kill a Titan for 2 mana, which is pretty good. So we already had an Engineered Explosives in play on X equals 0. It is going to kill my Chalice, but Chalice has countered no spells so far. The old dies to Doomblade. Oh, yes. But it's better. Are they playing Dismember? They are. Okay. Quill. I want to draw as many cards as possible here. See if we can't pick up something useful. When it's down to 2 cards in hand, we do have to beat their Field of the Dead, but if I find an Emry or something, could be alright. But we're just not finding the right spells so far. Hand has worked out poorly against a control deck. Okay. What we got there? Well, this sucks. Not really in any danger. So, just pass the turn back over, and their Jace is just going to keep accruing value, unfortunately. But, not really anything we can do about it right now. This Field of the Dead isn't going to win this game too quickly, although I am already at 10. But they might have some number of Opt and Fatal Push in their hands, so I don't really want to pop this Engineered Explosives sooner than I have to. Would love to find an Uro. Anytime soon would be great. One of my 4 Uros. Even an Emry, because Emry's pretty likely to mill an Uro. But another Misty Rainforest is, of course, totally acceptable and fine. Thanks, deck. You know what I love. You know what I like. Give me the good stuff. Alright, so we're definitely popping this E this turn. 3 zombies putting me to 1 is not something I'm interested in. Atoll, or a Grande, or short? Yes, I remember my Starbucks sizes. Or a Venti. Alright. Get out, nerds. Boo. Nobody likes you. Go away. Stupid Jace. Stupid sexy Jace. Do I want to reset a Cryptic Command? No, I kind of need to draw a threat. I really want to draw an Emry, but I do want to save this Misty Rainforest to get my other Mystic Sanctuary, which did not. Obviously, drawing a Cryptic Command there would have been better than drawing a Misty Rainforest, but that's not what we're looking for. On the other hand, my opponent has been unable to find more lands, so that's something. But I cannot possibly imagine that I'm going to be able to resolve anything relevant here. Just way too many cards in hand. Okay, so that's a polluted delta, so let's throw down our explosives because there's virtual 2 zombies in play right now. You're gonna counter my EE on 0? Wow. Permanently. Get out of here. They have way too much mana for this to work. Oh, maybe not. That, maybe they should have let the Cryptic resolve first? Because they only have a mana leak in there. Unless they have a second mana leak. In which case, my face will be red for not having played my Mox Amber first, because I would be able to beat that. So I'm going to be able to pay for 1. If they have another one in their hand, then we're going to be in trubs. What do you got, nerd? What do you got? You got a clock that's burning pretty fast. That's what you got. Definitely clocking this fool. What are you doing there, bud? It's not how any of this works. The whole dies to chest clock. Yo, you're giving me free mana. So, because they screwed up, they did not get to draw an extra card there. Is that factual? Am I speaking out of my butt? Probably am. Am I just dead here? I'm good with being dead here. But they're taking forever to actually win this game, so let's let them flail around. Team Roskas MTG. Must be endorsed by Gabriel Nassif for their intense playing speed. Playing a blue control deck with Field of the Dead like a champ. Oh no, yeah, definitely brainstorm. I mean, don't just attack me. I've got an out. Boy, do I have a plan. Okay, we're finally gonna find our Uro this turn. I think that would be the joke. Oh, okay, Emry into Uro, perhaps? Oh, Emry costs a significant amount of mana. Hold on, let's play this Mox Amber, make Emry cost slightly less. And then... If Nassif's play speed was a card, it would be Arboreal Grazer. What? Like, it accelerates you if you have an appropriate number of lands in hand? Come on, bud. We can do better than that. It would be the creature with the filibuster counters. That's what it would be. I absolutely love playing control, but I'm never playing it unless I'm confident in my abilities to manage my time. Yep. I love playing control in tournaments, in actual paper Magic. I mean, I like playing it online too, but... Okay. It's a sloth. Oh, right. I forget that it's a sloth. I just remember that it's an 0/3 with reach, and that it... Is it a beast? It is a beast. It's a beast. Got beast mode, baby. No, I died. Boo. Beastly. Beastly from Care Bears? Beastly's from Care Bears, I think. Alright, so Tracker seems alright. Aether Gust seems poor. Force of Negation seems great. Tracker. I think Chalice is generally not good here. I don't think I want to cut all of them, just 2. I think I want to keep some number of Dismember. No. The only thing I need to deal with is Snapcaster Mage, and I should be able to get over it with everything else that I have already. Alright. I think I just want more threats, because we're not playing Mystical Dispute. So let's just get these Gargaroths in here. Pretty happy with the sideboard. Let me go 1 Mox Amber out, bring a Chalice back. It's entirely possible that I'm not ever really supposed to cut any of the artifacts, but I'm not actually sure about that. Actually, Engineer Explosives is much worse here than Chalice on average. Maybe even Mox Amber, but I like splitting out 1 Mox Amber. Oof. That is a slow hand. We do better. This is not a slow hand. We have done better. What am I shipping here? One of the baubles, probably? Yeah, I don't need to. Because we might be pitching Uro to protect Emry. Let's go Tarn, Mox, Bauble. Fast as flip! You can swear in my chat, it's fine. Even though this is going on YouTube for posterity. If you want to swear, you just go ahead and swear. Chalice in the yard, so I can play Chalice X1 next turn. They do have to have... Well, actually, no, they showed us last game that they were also playing Dismember, right? And I wonder if they are playing things like Go for the Throat as a response to the fact that this deck will play something like Chalice in 1. Yeah, so this is going to be the push. Yeah. So we are going to probably play Chalice X1 this turn, I would think. Although, maybe I should just play a Bauble here. Probably should just play a... But jeez. Man, if I don't hit a land next turn, I'm going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. Between the mulligan and everything, this is scary. Damn it. Alright. Please don't have another removal spell. Please don't have another removal spell. There, yeah. They fat-fingered the black mana. Gosh darn it. Alright, well, we might just be dead here. Getting pre-Oko Opal ban flashbacks. Not sure how. Alright, cool. Die to variance. It's okay. It happens. Happens to the best of us. I don't know if this is a good matchup at all. Feels really rough. It just feels like they're the slightly bigger deck, so they're just going to have a very easy time wrecking us. Hey, how's it going there, Roy? So I think the deck was performing up to its expectations. Things are good. Things are real good. We don't have any mystical disputes or anything similar on the sideboard here, so I think it's just probably not a matchup that's particularly popular. Maybe it's already okay, and we just got really bad luck there, or they had the correct meta adjustment already by playing the main deck Go for the Throats or things like that. But have to ask MrRaeb if he thinks this has a particular ability to perform against the Uro piles. Because they're reasonably popular. Reasonably popular. PRGJ jar. Okay. Hand is no good. We are on play. This hand is slightly better. I think we'll just bottom Aether Gust and hope that we get to go from here. King. I am not a king. But how's it going there, Jiggy? I am not preparing for an event. I'm just I was just excited about MrRaeb's deck, and I was up early this morning, so I went on a run, and then after my run I decided that I was gonna go do this. So ad nauseum. Okay. Well, depending on what we pick up from here, Afraid you were kidnapped by a band of carnival workers. The only carnival workers that would kidnap me would be on a cruise ship. Okay, well, we're going to fire off Aether Gust on anything we can, although I think the only things ad nauseum plays that we can fire off an Aether Gust on is potentially if they start hard casting Simian Spirit Guides in their main deck. And their sideboard, they often have Veil of Summer, but it's not really. Thought he was on a quest to destroy the evil Goose Lord, Lightning Storm. Oh yeah, Lightning Storm. That's true. Yes, you are 100% correct. Manamorphose, yeah, potentially. In ad nauseum? I don't think so. They may have a pact if they're storming you. Oh, no, they will. I mean, they should. At least one. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm amazed. Don't worry about it. Let's play a Zero. See what happens. Maybe we'll die. Hey, how's it going, Leviathan 102? I'm really happy to see so many people turn out after I've been gone for a while, because I saw Canister streaming this morning and I thought, oh man, there's just like no one's going to pay any attention, but I like putting the videos on YouTube. I like being a content creator, so and I wanted to do some research for the next podcast episode, so I'm just glad you all showed up and the community that I built didn't just wither away and die in 2 weeks. Means a lot to me. Bartending stream. I mean, I could do that, and there is like a category of Twitch that is appropriate for that. But I'd have to know what I was getting. I was really, really, really hoping we were going to top deck a land there. My 24 land deck. Want to watch streams while studying and prefer to watch support localish streamers. Oh, yeah. I got you. We do have counter magic in our deck we could top deck here. Angel's Grace on top. Okay, so Chalice is really good in this matchup. I could play Engineered Explosive. Yeah, I know I could play EE on 3. I think if I tap down, they're just going to kill me. Like, period. Yeah, but I think if I leave my mana untapped, they might attempt not to kill me, because they're going to assume I have counters. So I'm taking this angle, and if I lose, I lose. I can't cast Force, it's not in my main deck. No, it's fine. I just it's not a problem. I'm just letting you know that that's just not an option entirely. But see, I know they have an Angel's Grace right now, and if they have an Ad Nauseam, they're not going to want to play it unless they also have the Force in their hand. So by leaving my mana untapped, I'm buying myself a little bit of time, potentially. Obviously, they can win at instant speed if they have Angel's Grace, and maybe they don't need the Angel's Grace. They just need the Ad Nauseam. So actually, the Angel's Grace that they drew right now is kind of irrelevant. So that's good. No, don't go for it. I totally am going to stop you. Roar. Arr. Praying for a meteor to hit them. Thanks, bud. You pray, I'll be over here playing Magic. Praise be the meteor. There's always an out. Oh no, the out right now is if they cast Lightning Storm badly and they have no copies of Pact in their main deck. There's a Pact. Okay, so we're just doing this to scout. 1, 2, 3 Thassa's Oracles so far. They're on Sleight of Hand. There's not an out anymore. Now we're deterministically dead in a bunch of different ways. Two Pacts, yeah, in the main deck. Draw your last card, nerd. Do it. Draw the last card. What are you doing? No, I need to see it. It's not secret. There's no, you don't have any technology. Don't lie to me. Come on, friend. Don't be like this. How many forces do they think I have in my hand? Because they flipped 2 Pacts. That's enough to beat 2 forces. Okay, so if I have 2 forces and a counterspell I could play, then theoretically I could beat them here. But then they just play Thassa's Oracle next turn and win the game then. Was their last card the Magnivore I was talking about? I mean, it might be. There's no way to prove that it isn't. They choose to play Thassa's Oracle. Okay, I choose to lose. Very well. If I could remove it in response, they wouldn't win the game there, but I wonder if they'll put the card on top with the Oracle. I think they probably shuffle put it on the bottom based on what I know about their deck right now. Alright, so Pacts, Dismember, I think that's it. Aether Gust is really bad. Maybe Tireless Tracker, I guess. It's like a slightly faster clock. I guess I could play Damping Sphere. I don't really think it's particularly useful here. Number of people that didn't know what the triggered ability did on Oracle surprised me. I mean, it's kind of weird and obnoxiously written. I'm not surprised. Okay, let's go in. Main deck Aether Gust. Yeah, well, this is a heavily metagame deck, right? This is the Lava Dart world we all live in. Lava Darts and Fatal Pushes everywhere. And you know the funny thing, I was just looking through some of these deck lists. The main deck Aether Gusts are not unique. There's a Miracles deck that's playing main deck Aether Gust. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, someone played Vile Titan to a 4th place finish, except it's not playing Vile anymore. Weird. That is so wild. Alright. Man, this hand is really slow. It's good. It's just slow. Maybe we can do better. Oh, that is so much not better. Alex, why do I have quote 128 now? That is no combination of things that I said. Wow, this is that first hand, but way worse. Alright, well, I guess I'm keeping this garbage. You added a quote. I said no combination of these things. Sure, but I didn't say it. You said those letters. I have done. Alright, well, we're going to keep this crap and ship Urza and Uro, because I honestly think no. Ship 2 Urzas, I guess? Yeah, why not? Alright, good luck, little doodle. Death. Death. Wrong movie, yeah, well. It's a better quote. It's a much better quote. Okay. Just poking fun at Xavier. Well, that's fine. Why do you hate me, Judge Dad? Nah. Alright, so we're just gonna get eaten on turn 4 when they have the Veil of Summer follow up for their ad nauseum. Yeah, they're gonna have more than enough mana for it. But perhaps. Alright, Uro. Make it nice. Play it clean. Damn it. God damn it. This league is going poorly so far. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Ephemeral Pest. This is match number 2. I mean, this matchup is not awful, right? Like, this is definitely a very much winnable matchup, and it's just our hands have just been really poor. And the first one, again, was definitely winnable, but I think they have an edge on that one for sure. They're just the bigger control deck. So, well, we're not even really a control deck, but they are the bigger deck, so they're just going to win a high percentage of the time. So I'm going to fire off this Bishop's Bauble on my turn. It's not always something you will do, but because my opponent is not playing targeted discard, or not likely to be playing targeted discard in this matchup, I'm happy to... Why do I have to see the Veil of Summer that's going to kill me? All right, well, maybe we could draw Force of Negation, and then maybe we'll be okay. Because they have 7 mana right now. So if they have what they need, like basically what I'm counting on right now is them not having the ad nauseum. Happy New Year, by the way. Gonna be a bitchin' 5781. What system is that based on? It's Yid New Year on Friday. Is that Yiddish? Seeing PRG on something that isn't Dredge is really weird. PRG? Platinum Room Gaming? Alright, yeah, so they're gonna go for their ad nauseum, or they're gonna go for their win on my turn with the Veil of Summer backup, because now I can't pitch for Force of Negation. No. They're doing this during my upkeep before my draw step, so that I can't pitch for Force of Negation. So I don't have enough mana. My opponent's name is PRG. Oh yeah, I mean I read it at the beginning of the match, and then I totally forgot about it because it's just a bunch of junk. Oh, PRG is a person. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, okay. You know the opponent. PRG J-Jar. I would have called them like J-Jar or something like that because it's, I don't know, slightly more pronounceable. Well, they just trashed us with ad nauseum, but I think that is a much better matchup than that looked like, but we just couldn't play a Chalice in any of those games, and like the game 1 we just didn't have a particularly good hand for the matchup. Game 2 we had to mull to 5, and it was again a very poor hand. Couldn't find anything worthwhile. So I think that would probably be okay if you were to play more rounds of it. Yeah. No, opponent's name was not memorable, so it just completely got erased from my brain as soon as I read it. So PRG just sounds like a file extension to me, probably because it's PNG. Alright, this is definitely a keep. It's not a great one, but it's a keep. PRGJ. There's an extra J in their name, though. Purgjar? Like, is that what you're saying I should easily pronounce? Purgjar? Maybe it's like just Purge Jar? Just spelled with very few syllables. Purge Jar. Wonder if this is Classic Titan or Vile Titan. Plays Field of the Dead instead of the Growth Chamber. What a strange choice. Huh. Okay. Well. I'm going to play Emry this turn because if they have a Dryad of the Elysian Grove... Shit. God damn it, Magic Online. If they have a Dryad of the Elysian Grove, I won't be able to do anything about it. Maybe they have Amulet. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That's a good reason that they would have done that. Okay. Castle Garenbrig is going to come down tapped next turn, so they're not... Wherever they're going very quickly, so that's good. I do have a Chalice in my graveyard. I'm not really all that inclined to play it on X=1. Question is, am I playing anything else this turn? I guess I could just play Uro. Castle Garenbrig comes down this turn since they explored. Oh, yeah, it's in play right now. Yeah, I forgot about it. It's all good. Okay, so... Pretty sure I'm playing Uro. They're going to Titan this turn. There's nothing I can do about it at the moment. So I think accelerating and then going for a Cryptic Loch is probably where I want to be. Could play a Chalice on 0, try to get around them pacting for Titans. But I really don't want to play Chalice on 0 in my deck. So let's just play this Bauble. What I could do is Bauble myself and see if I'm going to pick up a cheap counter. Aether Gust or... Okay, not Misty Rainforest though. Aether Gust or Metallic Rebuke on top would mean that I would just wait and then do that. But oh, I could shuffle. I will shuffle because I don't really want to draw... Oh, I already drew the Misty Rainforest. It's been a while. I haven't been playing in a while. Alright. Well, let's thin the land anyway. I don't want to draw a Zagoth Triome anyway. Thanks, deck. Alright, let's get Titan. Yay! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they got Teleria West. Which means I'm fairly incentivized to play Chalice on 0. I mean, I don't want to because it cuts off my ability to play these Baubles ever again, but I can also play Uro this turn. If I play Uro this turn, does that mean anything else significant? Not really. If I play a Bauble, by using a fetch land to get my other Mystic Sanctuary, I could kill their Primeval Titan on their turn by playing Dismember before the Bauble trigger, draw the card, Dismember again, and then Dismember it again. That will cost me 8 life and 2 mana on their turn. It's not super exciting, but might be the best play here. So we go land, escape Uro. That puts my Misty Rainforest into play, and then I'm set to kill the Titan on their turn. Then they have to transmute, pact, and try to play another Titan. Seems good. Not great, but good. Okay, let's use Emry first. Get this Bauble out of there. Play Uro. They have a pact on top anyway. Well, that's fun. Okay, upkeep, trigger. Go Dismember. Bloop. Oh, and then from here, I've actually got the Cryptic Loch established, so we might be in an okay shape. It's one of the more interesting technical plays I've made in a while, so I feel pretty happy about this. That was neat. I'm proud of that one. I have class in a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and dip, but I wish better luck in this league from here on out. Well, thank you, Ephemeral Pest. I am sure we'll be fine. We're not going to be fine. Everything's over forever. Okay. They just cast the Dryad from their hand, too? They didn't even pact for it? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, okay, they're gonna pack first. I was like, they don't also have a Titan that they don't have to pack for. Jeez. Okay. Well. Yeah, I'm good on this game. Wow. Okay, well, that's bad luck, but we definitely have significant sideboard tools here. Alright. Aether Gust for show. Dismember's pretty good because it kills the Dryads. Yeah, I mean, I made a good play. It just was completely irrelevant. But yeah. Ban Titan. Nah, I mean Titan's fine. Let's cut one engineered explosives. Maybe not. What do I need to cut here? Emry, 1 Uro. That seems wrong. It's one of those matchups where it feels like my main deck is like exactly where it needs to be. Yeah, there's a good quote. That is a quality quote that I actually said. I don't think we need third Dismember. Alright, let's try it like this. 4 Aether Gust should really help here. And actually, if I have a second to reconsider, I swap the Mox Amber for the Chalice because Chalice on 0 actually has a reason to be played against them. And because I want to do that, I want to cut down on the 0 drops in my deck slightly. Sand is fine. It's not exciting, but it's fine. This modern Belcher deck people are talking about is just a meme, right? Not going to be a real deck. It's not going to be a real deck. It's definitely a meme. I cannot possibly imagine what that deck is doing being at all competitive in the modern metagame. Now, it's going to be a deck. People are going to play it, but it's going to be terrible. It's going to be better than the previous ones, but that not by a significant margin at all, I don't think. Okay. Good. Do I want to play Emry this turn? No. I think we'll just hold up Aether Gust. What am I likely to gust if they play this turn? Dryad, if they play a Dryad? Am I going to gust a Dryad, though, if they play it? Or would I rather get Emry going for consistent card advantage from here on out? Probably that one. Well, it can't be a list yet because the set that will make it possible is not out yet. So, it's not a deck yet, but it will be. Because there are all the lands in Zendikar Rising that are also spells. The dual cards, the modal dual cards that can be a land or a spell. Yeah, so they're going to be able to play like basically 0 lands in their main deck. Okay. So they've got 2 mana. I think they're out of land drops for the moment. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different ways they can go, right? 15 double face cards, no lands. Yeah, like, I figured it would be something like that. Oh, Lord. Do they have another... Okay, good. I was like, they don't have another Karoo, do they? Okay. Well, they've got one card in hand. Godspeed, little Aether Gust. Beat back the darkness. So I can start resetting Cryptic Command next turn. I have an Engineered Explosives in my hand that I'm going to play on X=1 this turn. Yeah. Because the number of cards in their hand is so low, their Valakut isn't likely to be live in any fashion. I should have gusted there, but whatever. It's going to be fine. They have enough mana to cast Titan. I have enough mana to cast an Aether Gust. That's what really matters here. Crumbling Vestige. Okay. So they have one card in hand. What is this card? Oh, perfect. They gotta take the long route. Yeah. Good. So they got the Pact. Oh, that's fine. So I'm gonna be able to pop my Engineered Explosives here, which is awesome. I like playing Control to do. So if I were to play my Chalice for 0 right now, it would force them to cast the Pact. However, it's not what I'm going to do, but interesting to think about. So I know that they have the Pact in their hand, but I want them to Pact. Top Titan. This is fine, right? So I can reset Metallic Rebuke, Cryptic this, and then Aether Gust, and then no, I'm stuck without the ability to get to Cryptic. That's actually going to be okay because I can Metallic Rebuke their Titan next turn. Plus, I have Aether Gust as backup. So let's go get Mystic Sanctuary, counter bounce Monk. No, I'm not doing that. I would bounce the Mystic if I was going to bounce anything. So I'm going to get a Mystic Sanctuary into play. I'm going to reset Metallic Rebuke. I guess I could just Aether Gust here, actually. But I'd rather draw the card right now and assume that I'm going to get to where I need to be. Because, like, their hand right now is the Pact. So they're going to Pact next turn for another Titan and play it, most likely. And we'll be able to Aether Gust. If they do Gust after trigger. What? Which trigger? Beastie Cheese. Also, great username. Beastie Cheese. Okay, so we drew everything that we needed there. Everything's coming up Millhouse. I wish I could bounce enough of their green sources here so that they would die to the Pact that I could force them to play right now. But we're just going to play Mishra's Bauble. We've basically got the game from here. I can play Urza and just assume that Aether Gust is going to be enough. If I want to put a faster clock on them, it's probably worth doing. Gust when search for land trigger. Why would I do that rather than countering it? Omelet. Yep. Alright, so the only card in their hand is Summoner's Pact. I know you have it. I know you have it. I see the fear in your heart. So I could Bauble here. I'm going to just choose not to at the moment. Keep my mana in play. Make my construct larger. Let's play another Bauble. Play Engineered Explosives on 1. Go to combat, and then post-combat we're going to play an Uro. And then this should be essentially game over. Yeah, we're leaving Cryptic Command and Engineered Explosives. I don't need to. So let's keep the Chalice, take out the explosives. All right. Oh, all right. Well, I guess I can put the Cryptic back on top. Sure. It's fine by me. So I have a Cryptic Command on top of my deck, reminding myself. And I can currently play Aether Gust and Metallic Rebuke. So even if they top deck a Veil of Summer, we're good to go here. So, looks like a Desperation Pact to me, because they've been sort of holding off on doing this. So we're going to rebuke the Titan, and, oh, well, they didn't, we're going to rebuke the Titan. If they had left up a green mana, it was possible they had Veil of Summer, and I was still going to rebuke the Titan and Gust the Veil, because if they put a Veil on top of their deck, I really don't care. Like, that's not threatening in any way. We need to definitely not fetch right now, because we've got a Cryptic on top. Well, I don't need to not, but it's better not to. Let's play out this Chalice. We'll put it on 1, because they still have some reasonable ones, and I have 0. And smush. Trigger. Alright, so it looks like we got this one. I can't imagine them digging out of the hole that they're in right now. But Titan decks can surprise you, so. Dryad. What if we didn't? What if no? Puts it on the bottom, sure. I am very happy that some kind of Uroza deck is functional. I love these decks. Should have played my Bauble out of the graveyard. It's not going to matter. Kill you. Smush him. Smush them. Shinokai. You have failed. Does that mean the price of booster boxes is going to go back down? Zendikar gave us mill players a bunch of new toys. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy for the mill folk. Although Blitz MTG, thumbs up or thumbs down on the crab, the new crab, because I heard this was contentious. Rune crab is insane. Okay, I'm thumbs down on crab, but I'm not an actual mill player, so. But I'm thumbs down on crab. What are they on? They're on Titan. I definitely want the Field of Ruin. I love that there's one Field of Ruin in this deck, but I also love that Minamo is in this deck. Jiggy Wiggy. Contentious because it can't target. Correct. It's a strictly better Hedron Crab for mill decks. Yeah, also correct. It's just that it's not. Yeah, you can't mill yourself. It's also definitely better for Magic Online or Magic Arena play because it'll be definitely a much smoother user experience. Also, I should be playing Damping Sphere in this matchup. What the hell am I doing? Let's take out one Metallic Rebuke and one the other Mox Amber probably. But Damping Sphere is definitely something I want to be playing in this matchup. Maddening Cacophony is also going to be a replacement for Glimpse the Unthinkable since many mill decks have been playing to Fraying Sanity. Wow. Dude, I'm learning all about the mill decks. Okay, let's try it this way. I need them to have not the best start ever. Oh, we definitely were, Jakey. 110% we were definitely involved in popularizing Minamo plus Emry. It also makes you slightly more boil resilient, which has been definitely not insignificant. Alright, I'm going to keep this one and hope that I draw a land in the next 3 cards in my 24 land deck. Keeps the 7, has the turn 1 Grazer, Kuru. This is not what you want to see. This is what you want to see, though. I like this one. So they didn't have... They didn't have a... I really don't want to play EE on 0. I think that I have to. Yeah. I don't want to play EE on 0, but I don't want to play Chalice on 0 even more. So let's play EE on 0 so we can play Emry turn 1 so that I can have Bauble going off. I'm not going to have any mana, so let's just upkeep it. Easy Emry here. No, I get it. I just... they do have a reason to not have played their Amulet on turn 1. But there's nothing I can really do about it anyway, so I just have to hope the rest of their hand isn't completely insane. Otherwise, we're going to get absolutely stomped right here. Okay. So I boarded out my Moxen, so I can't deal with this in any reasonable speed. So... They're down to 4 cards in hand. One of them is Boros Garrison, so they have 4 mana right now. Potentially. But it doesn't look like it's enough, thank God. Top deck, a land. I got 2 draws. Come on, baby. Don't screw me. Ugh. Okay. Wasn't specific enough, that's on me. If I play a Chalice on 0 and I bauble them, I could play a Metallic Rebuke, which I left all of them in. Nope, 2 of them in. Shit. So Chalice on 0 will put in work. The problem is it turns off my Mishra's Bauble coming out of the graveyard over and over and over again with Emry, which right now is probably the best thing I can be doing. So it's not that I can't play the Chalice on 0 and have it be effective so much as it also hoses me in a way that's still blow up the Chalice if we really care though. Well, that's really slow and maybe it's okay. Like, so I'm going to bauble them and see what they're going to draw. Let's see maybe if I can push myself in one direction or the other on this. This is Dryad on top. So they can play Dryad, go Garrison, bounce the Growth Chamber, but that only leaves them with 4 mana. So Alright. May God have mercy on my soul. Just need to draw lands. That is not lands. Please, deck. Please. Help me out here. Yep. Okay, so they have a Grold Turf and a Boros Garrison in their hand? Yeah. So I wonder if they have an Explorer or something. If I do hit a 3rd land, no, I can't EE. Shit. Oh my god. Everything is the worst. Yeah, I'm done here, I think. Am I? Okay. So, obviously should have left in all my Metallic Rebukes, but yeah. Yeah, I don't want to see what they have. So we're in 0-3 here. Just getting squeezed out. We did get a good win there, and we definitely could have won this, but they had a very, very good 7. And we had less than ideal hands as we've been going through this, but I don't know what the average quality of the hands in this deck are. I think I'm mulliganing appropriately. I really do. I'm not being very conservative. I'm being pretty aggressive with my mulligans. It's just not quite working out. I do have to wonder, like, what crazy percentage of people were actually playing Prowess in the events, because I haven't seen too many of them as you go through the top chunk, but obviously if everyone was hard targeting Prowess, then maybe the Prowess decks were forced out of the top, because it does look like there's an awful lot of blue soup and otherwise at the top. Alright, Leonardo Behin. This hand is real slow. I'm going to keep it. Maybe we finally hit Prowess. This hand is not even that particularly good against Prowess, but let's just play EE on one in the dark, I guess. Having an artifact in play for potentially picking up Emry could be good. Cinderglade. Okay, looks like green-red Titan. and turn 2 Metallic Rebuke. So there's another reason to throw down the Engineered Explosives on 1. It's not likely to kill anything significant in their deck, but will definitely exist. Although I suppose it's not as good as an E on 0 would be against them. So might as well snap off. Are we sure this deck took second? Yes, I'm 100% sure. MrRaeb is a better Magic player than I am. But also, like if you've been paying attention, you've seen some of the variance that we've hit has been really bad. And while this deck is clunky, I will agree, Jiggy. It's not really more or less clunky, I think, than the other Uropile decks. And I think it definitely has some advantages on those decks. Not necessarily against them, or like I don't think it's going to be, you know, just like coming out of nowhere and just like tearing up everything. But I think there are some very, very good meta choices that those decks don't get to take advantage of. So if I want to play Chalice in this matchup, I think it's on 2. But they didn't play anything last turn. I don't want to play it on 0, and because I have Cryptic Command, I don't have the time to play it on 1. So I'm going to assume they're going to have some kind of 4-mana spell this next turn. Or nothing. They have nothing? What is happening? I'm okay with it. I just am confused. Okay. But yeah, I mean, if things had broken slightly differently against Ad Nauseam and against the classic Amulet Titan deck, we would have been absolutely fine. So I don't think that this is indicative of the average strength of this deck. Counter draw, okay. There we go. Now I can play Urza and have Cryptic. Yeah. And start rebuying Cryptic, so just a little bit more and we're on the Loch. This is a game where I'm really tempted to play Chalice on 0 because they do play Summoner's Pact. Interested in anything from ZNR? Not so much. Yeah, not so much so far. No, I don't think I've seen anything in the set that I would say interests me so far. Omnath, baby. Maybe. Beast Within. What if we didn't? So that explains some of what was in their hand. Not even the DFC counterspell land. I haven't seen that, so can't be interested in a card I haven't seen. Let's put the Cryptic on top. My only regret is that I cannot unearth Omnath. My only regret was having Bonitis. Alright, are we going to play Uro into Chalice? I think so. We don't have to play the Chalice, but in the interest of winning this game quickly, I'm probably going to. No, that card's not released yet. The database search won't work for it. Yeah. Shawari Disruption. Oh, this thing! You said counterspell. I mean, it's Censor. But, yeah. I mean, I didn't think you meant, like, counterspell, but I thought it would at least be a hard counter. That said, I'm interested in that card, but mostly for things like Pioneer. Not really for Modron. I don't think that's Modron power level. I mean, it's okay. Maybe. But, like, Force Spike's generally really bad. Like, Censor is great because of its modality, so I could imagine that card doing the same or similar, I guess is the right way to say it. But Farsi, sure. 2 zombies. Not enough to kill an Uro. Okay, so I think we're gonna play Chalice on 2 here. The only card in my deck that it would stop is Aether Gust, and I'm pretty sure we can, yeah. Pretty sure we could just Cryptic loop them to death from here, so. I'm sure there's a lot of Zendikar Rising spoilers that I missed. From the first like 5 or 6 cards I'm looking at, 7, 8. I like the art style more than I have in a little while. All right, sorry. We're up against Green-Red Titan. So Gusts. Keep the Dismember for sure. Maybe bring in another one. Let's go a little bit down on Chalice, a little bit down on EE, and maybe Uro again. The art's pretty. For the Jawari Disruption, I think so. I agree. I agree with that. I do like the modal lands. Like, they're kind of neat. I definitely think it's a cool concept. Journey to Oblivion has an amazing art, although it doesn't look like an enchantment to me, so that's pretty upsetting. I thought it was an instant or sorcery. So, but I mean, you should read the text. But that's kind of frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna look at more of those later. Oh yeah, the art in the set in general just looks really good. I just think it's stylistically quite good. I just kept this hand without really looking at it. Oops. Hopefully it's good enough. Definitely doesn't look good. It's not a pretty hand. Ooh. Alright, big punt here. Keeping this hand is very, very poor. Okay, we are gonna need to pick up a. So I should play the Scalding Tarn there so I can fetch for a tap breeding pool. It's not really gonna be a big deal, but I really need to pick up Metallic Rebuke or Aether Gust next turn. Otherwise, we may be in some big troubles. Yeah, well, at least I have a Dismember for that. No trigger, darn. No trigger, darn. I mean, the second one doesn't matter. Search for no more, oh, sure. Okay, so we really need to pick up a counter that I can play. Okay. Didn't do it. Alright. No Titan. Go. No Titan in the 8 Titan deck, please. Oh my god, they didn't have it. Wow. This never happens, I swear. So I can play Urza and be very close to being able to cast the Cryptic, but since I can't actually do... Oh, it's been a while since I've played Modern. Okay. Godspeed, little doodle. Hopefully they don't have double boil or boil it into Titan here. Because if they do, I am not going to make it. They have Farseek on top. They didn't play the Titan last turn, which gives me some hope that they might not have one. Another Castle Garenbrig, more hope. Oh no. 7 mana. It's an X spell? Oh, yeah, just dead. Got it. I did not, for whatever reason, I didn't realize they were on Titan Shift. So we will be boarding in Force of Negation for game 3. I should have thought about it, but there was a red-green Titan deck that was going around for a little bit, so I thought they were on that. Not sure why. It's probably just better than Metallic Rebuke. I don't really think I can cut much of anything else. I mean, maybe I could cut an Urza, but then my threat count is kind of low. Cut some Mox Ambers, I suppose. But not, I don't know. Then my artifact count gets a little hairy. Like, this is one of those matchups where I don't know, I feel like I'm just supposed to go like entirely down on Chalices because they're just not particularly good at all. But I don't know. Probably the right thing to do. They're just such a nothing card in this matchup. Most of what they're going to do is screw me up, so let's try it this way. All we need is a vaguely playable hand. Blue-green control, go. Well, that's not particularly good now, is it? I just don't want to toss it back and go down to so many worse hands like we did previously. Alright. Godspeed, little doodle. Yeah, that's no good. Okay. Okay. Turn 1 acceleration, turn 2 acceleration. Let's see if they have it. No. Thank goodness. Oh, do they do? Okay. No. So maybe we got away with it. Alright, let's definitely play a non-island. They could boil me this turn, I guess. Hey, how's it going, MrRaeb? This deck has not been performing for me, but it has been very close to being excellent. I hope that I have done you justice in trying to play this well, but I have had some atrocious mulligans. So all the cards they've printed since 2019, best of one Magic. Looks like it could be a serious thing. To be clear, I prefer best of three still. I'm just thinking out loud. I disagree entirely. Son of a whore. I mean... okay. Why... So obviously a part of the qualifier that you brought up, the fact that they... I just disagree that best of one is going to be much of a thing. Like, it hasn't been. And it continues to not be. Like, they tried to launch it in paper for limited, and it didn't really go. The only, like, alternative format that they ever did was the Mythic Invitational, which didn't... Like, they haven't used that format since, which was 3 best of ones, but it was, like, really, really stupid the way they put it together. Okay, this is really good for us. So I just disagree that best of one is that close to being anything. And I understand that they're trying to print more modal cards to cut down on the variance in best of one. I just don't think it's anywhere close to actually getting there. And it doesn't seem like they're making a pretty concentrated effort to do it. Like, I think in long term they'd like it to be, and I think in terms of arena, it definitely is something because, like, the ladder has equal weight to the best of 3 ladder. Okay, they put the Titan on top, but I have an extra turn to get there. So we're going to play Mystic Sanctuary this turn, and then we can play Field of Ruin next turn, and then have the Cryptic. Because they have to pay for their pack this turn. We have Force, which you can pitch an Emry for. So we should really need to find a Mishra's Bauble. Be way more useful than what we're doing right now. Could have shuffled away the Titan. We could have, but then... I don't know. I felt like having the Cryptic was better. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, deck. I would really, really, really like to be able to find a Mishra's Bauble. Just an option. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. I chose the line that I chose. And we're here now. Okay. Attacks for 2. It's fine. Does not play anything wild. So it's still their turn. We can still force a boil. Let's shoot down their Field of the Dead, I guess. This will give them their 4th mountain. Yeah, perfect. Okay, no Veil. Whew. I think I'm getting an island. So it's get an island to turn on my next Mystic Sanctuary, or get a forest so that I can play the Uro out of my graveyard. Actually, I think the Uro is going to be better because after the Cryptic, I might need it pretty quickly. And top deck Bauble. Top deck Bauble. Well, now I have both. I have both the things I wanted, so I guess that's not too bad. It's going to be the 5th mountain, so the next mountain is a Lightning Bolt. Alright, so if they have Titan into Escape Shift, we're dead. Or Veil. Okay. Looks like we made it. Good top deck. We're still in it. And then after this, I get to reset a Cryptic and set up Cryptic Lock. So actually, we're very in this. Huh, neat. We might get there. I like this. Am fan. Boop. Right. Get him, Emry. Boop. So against, or was it ever in your plans, Dave? I think your name's Dave. Was it ever in your plans to board out all 4 chalices? Because that's what I did in this matchup, and I think it feels correct, but I'm obviously open to being told that that was completely incorrect. But it definitely was like, seems correct in this matchup, because like, putting it on 0 is so detrimental to our own. They got a Titan, right? They did. Oh, and they only have 1 card in hand, so that, yeah. So the other card is a Titan. There are matchups where you want to cut chalices. Yeah, I think this is one of them. I just needed to confirm that I wasn't insane for doing so. So we get our other Mystic Sanctuary, put Cryptic on top. Should be good from here. Then we gust this, and we get to dismember that next turn. So we're actually in great shape here. And I'm assuming that you don't think that this deck has a particularly poor matchup against Ad Nauseam. I did get beat by it 2-0 earlier this league, but they had pretty great hands both games, and in game 2 I had to mull to 5, and it was still slow and poor. Just rough luck on that one. They take the hit. I don't really need to play this Dismember now, but I don't need to not. I feel like holding off on it might just walk me into a Veil of Summer at some point. I know the top card of their deck is Titan, but still. Guess it's about 70%. Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Like, Chalice on 1 is really good against that deck, and then you don't need many counters after that point. But the games that I played were just like no-win scenarios where like I just had no cards that I could use like on any level. So that happens, you know. Jeez. All right. Still fine. Just poor situation to look at. I could play backup Emry here, but somehow fled a lot with this deck. Yeah, I flooded like twice, and then I got like really choked on mana in one game that I lost basically immediately against Sultai, where I put down a turn 1 Emry. I had the Force for their first removal spell, but they had an immediate second removal spell, and it was like, okay. And I flubbed on lands. It was like nothing came up. My baubles did not get me there. I also have to mull a lot because I don't see enough lands. Yeah, like it's been yeah, no. I know what you're talking about. It's like it is a weird variance deck. But I feel like all the Uroza decks could be like that, where sometimes you have these like slow, control-y hands that are similar to Uropile, and then sometimes you have these super explosive, like old school Oko Urza decks starts. Okay, looks like we got there. So first match win, I believe. Nice. I'm gonna get myself a cup of OJ real quick. I think this is better than the band that won the challenge some weeks ago. I don't know about better, but I definitely like this deck more because it's an Uroza deck rather than a Urza deck. I just think that any Uroza deck of any kind is going to be okay. Ah, good virgin screwdriver. Good deck is not good versus human, which sees more play now, I heard. Well, when Canister wins a challenge with it. The War deck looks clunky. This one looks clunky. I mean, all of the Urza decks they look pretty mopey. Their artifact counts are not where I think that they could be, but the problem is like the density of good artifacts is not there. So it just seems like a problem without a solution. I think as before, Uroza versus Urza is a bit of a meta call because like 1-yo, 2-yo was doing great with Urza even in the height of all the Uroza decks being like sort of seeming like the best on average. Alright, no companion on my Luris opponent, Chris Carnage? Chris Carnage? That's funny. I'm going to keep this hand. This is one of the better ones that I've seen. It's a little slow. Hopefully Chalice on 1 has text. We are on the draw. Opponent mulls to 5. Could be Greentron. Chalice on 1 is usually good against Greentron, but not going to be so much on the draw. We have no counter magic, so hopefully we'll draw into some. I swear to God, I never play against prowess anymore. There was a period where it was like every single league was like 3 prowess decks, and now it's just like, nope. I guess the, wow, 3rd Titan deck. That's a yikes for me, dog. It'd be really funny if it was one of the weird Chalice Titan decks. Great fish, sure. Oh shit, I got bogged. No Karoo, that's good. Good to see. We had to mull to 5, so maybe we have a chance here. Probably just jamming this Chalice on 1, hoping it has any kind of text here, or we save mana for Aether Gust. So they're not able to play a Titan this turn. I think people are just picking up the pieces to Titan since the land theme set is coming out soon. I wouldn't think so, but it's possible. I think rental services are so popular, I don't really think that's such a big deal, and maybe, yeah, or not even just about picking up the pieces, but maybe people are putting in reps. Like people want to get their practice in playing Titan decks because they think Titan decks are going to be benefiting from the new set. Okay, so they played Ramming Up, Excavator, and nothing else this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and fire off this Uro rather than holding up Aether Gust. Potentially reckless, but I think it's okay. Practicing Titan gameplay patterns. Yeah. Okay, and if that's what you meant, then yes, I believe so. Or I believe that's possible. Field, okay. Slow and steady over there. So if this is the green-white Titan deck, then they're playing probably Ancient Stirrings and possibly Eldamri's Call. Knight of Autumn. Yeah, shoot. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. They also now have 4 power in play, so... But I think I will be able to get my Uro out by the time it's going to matter. Do I want to play the second Uro? This looks like Vile Titan. Well, there's also there was a green-white Titan deck from the challenge that wasn't playing Vile. So, because I haven't seen a Vile yet. And it definitely had these 2 creatures in it. So, could be one, could be the other. So yeah, let's just play this extra Uro. I've got the Aether Gust. This will give me more of a buffer for playing out Uro. I should have put down the snow-covered island or the Minamo there. Still Vile Titan in my book strategy-wise. Sure, it just can't be Vile Titan if it doesn't have Viles in it. It's just green-white Titan. I'm just very, I don't know, name picky. Like Affinity is not Affinity without Affinity cards. It became robots, in my opinion. But that's, it's fine. I don't. It's not really important. So I need a 3rd island. It's like Gruul midrange is not Ponza in my opinion. Ponza has to be playing like Stone Rain and not Stone Rain, but Ponza should be playing like 6 to 8 main deck land destruction spells. Yeah, you can play Uro into Cryptic here. Yeah. I do have to exile my Aether Gust, but I think we'll be okay. We get to put in the Minamo. Oh, I should have sacked this Misty Rainforest so I could keep the Aether Gust in my graveyard. Okay, but my deck is going to cover me here. You can't call it mono red if you have other colors in it. Yeah, correct. You cannot call it mono red if you're playing other colors in it. You can call a deck blue-red, and it doesn't have to be playing any particular amount of blue or red. I also liked the human being who was putting together those the metadata for Reddit. had a system where they would use capital letters for decks that were primary colors and lowercase letters for ones that weren't. So a deck could be like capital R, capital U, and then small g, which I thought was sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up my other cryptic right now. I do that too sometimes. Yeah, I just think it's just very, very clear and good in a text medium. It feels like there's basically no reason not to do it, other than like laziness. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I play Urza, I do not quite have enough. I was like to order them from important to less important. Yeah, one of the problems with that though is like sometimes you get unpronounceable garbage in terms of the like, but that's Ugix, which I guess is fine. But if it's green, blue, and red, I like Gur. But you know, that's getting into something that is not so committed to the technicality of it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and counter this because I don't want them switching out as much as they want, and I'm gonna bounce my Mystic Sanctuary. Might be concession here because I can't imagine them beating this. Okay, I will take net 1 damage. You got it. If your plan is to block me with zombies forever, I'm down. So with this Mystic Sanctuary, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I can. So we'll just whiff this Mystic Sanctuary, but that's fine. Because this means I can put Urza down, and Urza will deter them from attacking, as well as, you know, adding to my board in a pretty significant way sometimes. Not really so much on this one, but I guess I can start spinning him for free card draw every turn. If I draw a single artifact, I can just kill them next turn, which is kind of nice. Maybe they have a Dryad in hand? They had 0 cards in hand. Oh, did they have 1? They might have had 1. Not really worried about it. I have double Cryptic, so I'm not really worried about them playing anything. They do have a fetch land here, but I have a second Cryptic, so if I draw the artifact, I'll be able to kill them. So. Or that'll work too. Let's put the Cryptic on top anyway. No, this doesn't kill them though because I can't do the extra point of damage. But I am going to cast the Dismember this turn to get a hit in for 6 if they make a zombie. And then I've just got double Cryptic on the next turn anyway, so nothing even matters. Anyone can see. I do need to create a stop. No, I don't, because I still had Uroza trigger on this back. It's fine. Game over. Well, I guess I should have attacked with all because the fetch for the zombie would yeah, it did 1 damage to them, so they would have died. Oh well. I might have to show them both the Cryptics. Oh no. Yeah, well, yeah. I just wasn't thinking ahead to the fact that they had to fetch for the zombie. I wasn't doing the math on the life total, so it's all good. This is what happens when I haven't played for a while. Like, I can come up with some really cool plays, but then I miss the kill them lines. But I always miss the kill them lines. I'm terrible at killing my opponent. Just really bad. I'm good at it when I'm playing Niv Mizzet, because I'll have like a combination of like burn spells and Niv attack. Which for some reason I'm like reasonable at using. I kind of want to, yeah, I'm going to counter this and tap their team. No, they still have another fetch land in play. Oh, but the fetch land doesn't help them. Yeah. So counter spell, tap all their guys. Want to be get out of here, you spam bot thing. Ban. Ow. Yeah, got him. So easy game one there. Let's see if we can scrape out a 2-3. So I think this is another Chalice out matchup. And out of all the things I have left to bring in, maybe Tracker. Seems good. They're like an all creature deck, so Force of Negation makes no sense. So I think I'm happy with this. Keeping 1 to 2 Chalices seems fine. I mean, I'm sure it could. What would you rather cut? Because I feel like I want maximal Dismembers, like Metallic Rebuke, but having as many counters as possible feels really good a lot of the time. I'm not saying that I wouldn't keep 1 or 2 Chalices if I thought it was reasonable, but it just didn't, like, I don't know. Doesn't seem necessary. Alright, see you, dude. Yeah, man. Catch you later, MrRaeb. Celebrity guest. Finalist of Modern Challenges. You won the last one with an Urza deck right before Astrolabe got banned, and I played that deck, the 80 card Sultai Urza pile. I played that until the moment Astrolabe was removed from Magic Online play. I have a video of it. That was not a fun day. Huh, this Tazri Beacon of Unity card makes mention of allies, but I haven't seen any allies in the set, which is kind of upsetting. Also, Roy, was Cherix the Raging Isle the crab you were talking about? Because if so, I think that card is kind of sweet. I definitely think it's neato. I think maybe I want to play some mono blue in Pioneer with that. That'd be fun. Oh, Inscription of Insight was so exciting until I read that it was a sorcery. Yikes. My opponent's taking forever on their mulligans here. That crab blocks. Dude, it's just because you come from playing Infect. Thinking about Pickaxe for Infect. Oh, the landfall one? It makes your creature into a step links. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's possible. It seems pretty sweet in Modern, right? But what's the actual equip cost? Because I know if you play it for green, you get to equip it once for free, but I'm not sure if that will work. 2 and a G? Ugh. That's steep. Alright. Opponent leads on Elvish Reclaimer. Alright. We're playing Legacy now. I gotcha. Alright. Tireless Tracker, good draw. We're gonna have a turn to Emry. Not too bad. The equip cost doesn't matter in the deck. Also thinking about the white equipment. Is that the hammer for like 2 white? Oh, the sickness here. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay. It's like a mole? Yeah. That's really expensive though. Come on, man. Really? You gonna try playing that? I don't know, bud. I don't know. I believe you should be less optimistic about it. But I also know that you have a higher tolerance for trying out crazy cards than I do, and that's good. You should, like, that is definitely one of my weak points as a brewer, is just like, unless I'm like, when I'm tinkering with a deck like Infect, which is established and excellent, I would only want to try out cards that I think are exceptionally high quality or provide a way to shore up a weakness that I think the deck has, such as Teferi, right? Like, Teferi involved splashing another color, but it's such a good card on its own, on top of the fact that yeah, I think you get where I'm at. On top of the fact that it synergizes well with exactly what you want that deck. I think a chronic problem with humans is stop looking for a solution once we think we've found one. Sure, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about, like, unless I'm building a deck from scratch, I don't want to play embarrassing cards in good decks. God damn it. They're just going to bog me again and again. On the plus side, this turn I can play Tracker, Prismatic Vista, and Metallic Rebuke. So that's pretty hot. We're going to have a bunch of clues. So if I ever hit an Urza, I'm going to be in good shape. Bauble off the top. Alright, I'll take it. It's actually even pretty good. Tracker. Oops. Bloop. I don't even have to do anything right now. So it doesn't look like I can counter anything, but I can, and that's awesome. Ooh, promo Valakut. You don't see that very... Oh, no! Ah! I forgot that they were going to get that active, like, immediately. Boo. Well, I think we might be dead. I mean, obviously, like, if I pick up a Dismember off the top, like, right now, we could be okay, but they're clearing off my board here, and they still have Bojuka Bog in their hands, so if they want to wipe out my graveyard and make it very difficult for me to get to Uro, they can. I just lost the extra mana from Mox Amber. Well, something went right. At least my plan to do that thing worked. But the amount of other stuff that happened this turn means this is unlikely to be good enough. Okay, so if I play Uro, I go 1 land and then 1, 2, and I get a new land drop. It's not good enough. They're probably just gonna bog me next turn, and that's gonna be all she wrote this game. But maybe we could draw an Aether Gust in response to their next land drop trigger. So we'll see what's up. I'm not done here, but it's really bad. Spectacularly poor. They bugged me. Why you got to do this so aggressively? Just hold the bog. Have some fancy play syndrome. Come on. It's totally fine and worth it, and you'll never lose. Crap. And they've got the Reclaimer up, so they can rotate. They can crop rotate for, I'm sure, all sorts of nastiness. Okay. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're just definitely dead next turn, so gotta get an Aether Gust here somewhere. Or a Dismember. I mean, Cryptic will technically work. Okay, so I can put myself to 8. Urza plus 2 mana. Not good enough. Urza plus 3 mana, still not good enough. Okay, so I need to... Okay. Cryptic tapping their team is not good enough, but if they get a Titan here, they could have fancy played Syndrome themselves out of this win, I think. For like a half second. We'll see. Because I'm going to go to 6, and then they play the Titan, and I tap their team, and they won't have enough to fetch again, and they won't have enough. Yeah, so if they just... They can end of turn hit me for 3 here by cycling one of their lands into anything else. And then if they just play the Titan, we'll get hit once. Oh, but they'll probably have a second Valakut here, right? They gotta have a second Valakut here. Yeah, definitely did that. Technically, I could have stuck in there and tried to yank that one out, but I don't think it was reasonable to try. Okay, good hand. Good memoirs. Alright, so Minamo, Mox, Bauble, Bauble. Top card of the deck is Forest. Okay. And we'll do draw step, stop. Actually, I just need to fetch before, or I just need to bauble before the end of turn. So. Good. I was hoping they wouldn't somehow have a 1-mana removal spell here. Top card is Ramunap Excavator. Good. Alright, let's somehow not miss the land drop, please. Thank goodness. +1. Alright, I need one more land. Though, I kind of want to fire off this Bauble, because if I pick up Metallic Rebuke or something like that, I'd rather play it. So yes, I know I'm looking at an Excavator that I've already seen before, but that's okay. Second Aether Gust, not bad. Alright. My opponent is not going to be playing anything for a while. Anything that resolves. Land. Boy. This deck. I would have been greedy and untapped Emry. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot that was something I could do. Not forgot so much as like forgot that I could just like go shields down. Well, I picked up the Metallic Rebuke that I wanted, so that's great. So now if they tap down for something, I can actually just go full counter. What is up, Malveus? Malveus. Alright, what do you got? Tireless Tracker. Yeah. Rebuke costs more right now, quote unquote. Does it? So next turn I can go Bauble you, play the Bauble. No. I just need to pick up the land. Let's just throw it on top anyway. No. Yes. Things are good. Things are real good. Tired. Today will be my 8th day of work in a row, but then I've got 2 days off and I'm going to enjoy them. Okay, we hit the land. That's awesome. I'm gonna play the Bauble, play Urza, and have Aether Gust up. Yeah, sounds good. And then after this point, everything should be monkey fresh. If they have Path to Exile, it's fine. Like, they definitely should have Path to Exile somewhere, so I would imagine. Tracker again. Hell yeah. Boink. And that should be all she wrote. From here on, we're just, I think we're just too far ahead. No path. Good. Alright, smush. Yeah, let's just keep the 7 mana for now. Can cycle a Bauble at their end step if I feel like it. I probably will. You're too late. Too slow. Let's just Cryptic. Do you have the Gust? They do not. Sweet. Castle Garenbrig. No. No. Not the castle. Right, so... Sanctuary... Ah, I did not count my islands. Whoops. Well, that could be bad. Boil on top of their deck, but no red mana. Wait, I have an Urza in play already, so we should be okay. Also, I have a Metallic Rebuke, but oof. Also, my other Mystic Sanctuaries in my graveyard, so I have to find one of my Cryptics. So we're definitely going to play 2 Mishra's Baubles this turn. Let's go tap Mox Amber, play Mox Amber. Keep that one. Play Bauble. Want to draw as many cards as possible right now. Bauble opponent. The top card is still Boil, I think. Yeah, okay. Go activate, untap Emry. Replay Bauble. I still have a land drop, good. Let's throw down Breeding Pool, go green, blue. Blue. Play Uro. So, if I play Uro, can I play Metallic Rebuke? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah. So we'll just attack for 5 and hope that's good enough. I'm going to draw 1 extra card before I pass the turn. Or I'm going to bauble them or bauble myself, I guess. Oh, I could fetch here if I don't like the top card. Snow-covered island. I do not. Could get the Triome, but if I get the Triome and I draw a Cryptic, I can't cast it, so let's just pass. 1 Cryptic's in my graveyard, so call. Resolves. Titan? Titan? What have you, opponent? What have you? Gadok Teague. Can I get a text on Gadok Teague? Non-creature spells with converted mana cost 4 or greater can't be cast. Non-creature spells with X. So it just doesn't affect anything in my hand right now. And it actually cuts them off of being able to cast Boil. So, alright then. Can't play that Cryptic now, but I think I'll be okay. Ghost Quarter. Alright. Plays the Teague. Sure. So we can go Dismember into a Metallic Rebuke here if we need to. Ramming up Excavator with the Ghost Quarter in play. So let's go .member. I don't need to counter the Excavator, right? I guess I could, since Ghost Quarter with Excavator is going to be a pain in the butt. But I'd rather save the Rebuke. We could just Dismember it? Yeah, that seems fine. And now I've picked up my Cryptic Command, so like, we're really good to go now. Okay. I'll keep my artifacts in play just because, well, both mana and the ability to mana and the fact that it makes my construct bigger. So I think we basically just won here. Can't win this turn, but we'll win next turn. Let's play Uro. I don't need my construct to be any bigger. We'll fire off one of these. Path on top, that's fine. That's not going to stop me. They do have a boil in their hand still. I suppose they can Ghost Quarter themselves to get to the red mana. But if they do that, I can rebuke it. Titan. So we're going to rebuke this. They can't currently pay for it. And then if they somehow get through this, the other card in their hand is Boil. This is over. Okay, there we go. Yep. Alright, got him. So, scooped out a 2-3. Deck feels generally good. Let's see. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any changes I would make. As I mentioned in the opening deck tech, it's definitely a very highly metagamed deck. I need to get a lot more reps in with it, but I do really like this build. The fact that it's just basically blue-green, Uroza, splash a teeny tiny bit of black. The fact that it's playing 0 one-cost spells, so like you are hard committed to Chalice on one. I think there'd be definitely a reasonable pick for any competitive tournament where people are more likely to be jamming a lot of prowess. That said, I feel like it probably has some weaknesses against the blue soup control decks. But we only faced one in that entirely. We placed 3 different Titan decks. We went 2-1 against them on average, and I think we could easily have 3-0'd. Obviously, those decks do have the ability to beat you in a best of 3, but I think you're heavily favored. And Ad Nauseam, again, should have been quite favored, but we just had some really, really poor draws, and then just no chance in those ones. I'm pretty tired, but I got to work tonight, and I'm really glad I got to put this video together. So I will be sending this up on my YouTube as I had been before, and hopefully I'll be back sooner than another 2-week gap to do another deck. Maybe the Mono White Devotion deck that's been tearing up, maybe more of the stuff from the podcast I've been working on. If you are interested in hearing more of my thoughts, as well as the thoughts of my wonderful brewing partner Jiggy Wiggy and a good friend of mine, Brian M. Artificer, you can check out the Serum Visions podcast. It's up on Podbean. We haven't been heavily promoting it yet because we're going to get a couple of episodes under our belt before we do. But if you're interested in checking that out, go for it. And you have yourself a wonderful morning, afternoon, good night, wherever you are. And take care, stay healthy, and see you real soon.